You're the
My
pilot,
gosh,
Habibi.
I'm the debut of season 3.
Yes, you are.
Amazing.
Oh, we're so excited! مرحبا جميعا، اهلا وسهلا فيكم بالموسم الثالث من Taboo. We have a very special guest for this pilot episode, but before that, رجعنا and we're back with more juicy, controversial, more taboo, more blood boiling, and more oh my god عيب topics. So we're stirring the controversial pot extra this season. So without further ado, I would like to introduce, I think, the coolest guest I've ever had. Please make your way, show them your face.
What's up?
From here.
It's me.
Nataly Aukar. So you have both very loud, outspoken Lebanese women. So imagine double the energy, double the controversy.
That's right.
Are you ready?
This is what this is going to be.
This is what it's gonna be.
I'm a stand-up comedian, born and raised in Lebanon, and I live in New York City.
Comedian. Is that how you identify yourself? Like when someone asks you, Nataly, what do you do? Who is Nataly?
Now I do. I've been doing comedy for 8 years now, and I think this is the first year where I say
I'm a comedian.
I'm a comedian.
Damn straight.
Yeah. For the first 7 years, because for the first 7 years, I still had a full-time job. I've been full-time into comedy for the past year because it takes a lot of time for it to make enough money for you to...
Exactly.
And I felt like a fraud, you know? I was like, I'm not a comedian yet.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Which I still have, but now I'm like, well, I have no other answer.
Yeah, and the past 7 years have proven otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. But, but it's always a weird thing to say. I'm a comedian. Yeah, I'll make you laugh. Yeah, that's me.
You do. All right, Nataly. So obviously you and I are quite outspoken Arab women, and Lebanese women are known to be a bit more outspoken. So what do you think, when you think of a brave female, who do you think of? Or what characteristics do you think that she has? Like all men you feel like are brave. No one ever says, oh, he can't say this, he can't do that.
See, I don't think men are brave.
Okay.
I think
like
bravery,
spicy style.
Yeah, you're brave when you're doing something that is hard to do, and you're still pushing through.
Got it.
That's
the definition.
The patriarchy. It's funny because I told my brother I was coming here, and he was like, "What is it?" And I was explaining it to him. He goes, "Oh, so you're gonna go like women?" I was like, "No, I'm not.
That's not what we're
That's
doing.
not what it is." And here I am. I'm like, "The patriarchy."
Okay, proceed.
Men are not brave. They're stupid. Everything is set up for them to succeed. So they're not brave. They're not brave. I mean, I'm not saying they suck, but I'm just saying. I mean, every man is different, obviously. Yeah. But I don't think like them doing and going out for what they want and speaking up is brave, because the world has been set up for them to be able to do so very easily.
100%.
I think women are brave when they do it, and even when they don't.
100%.
I think women are the best.
And do you feel like, because you're outspoken now and everything you do is recorded, like you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, your videos are going around, has anyone ever told you before that oh, you're too outspoken or you're too opinionated? Or did it start only after you started posting?
It started at school for sure. It started with teachers.
Okay.
My mom loved it.
She loved that you were outspoken?
When I wasn't with her.
Oh yeah, when it wasn't towards her. Okay, yeah.
As long as it wasn't towards her, she was like, my mom, because my mom is a lawyer, she's an activist, she's like very strong.
Okay, amazing.
Powerful.
She should come on the show.
Yeah. So she's very like, fuck everyone.
Yeah.
We can do anything. Okay. Like my mom is like that.
But so is mine.
Which is nice in a way, but also in another way she's like, but shut the fuck up, bro. Yeah. If I say something, you shut the fuck up. But anybody else, no, you don't. I'm like, I can't keep up. Which one do you want? I'm like, I can't be both. Because you need to tell me either. So that's why I think I struggled a lot with my outspokenness. Okay, you know, because in a way I felt like I was, but in another way I felt like so shut down.
At the beginning.
My whole life.
Your whole life.
Growing up with her. Yeah, for sure.
And then it translated into your career, literally. Like what you do and the topics you discuss on your shows and your stand-up are also brave.
I was one of those where I would talk in class. They'd be like, Nataly, stop talking. I'd be like, I wasn't talking. Like, I'm talking in front of them. Like, you're talking. I'm like, no, I wasn't.
Oh, wow.
And they're like,
okay, yeah, so
stop answering back. And like, you know, and the every month you have the report card. All of the things said the same. Smart girl, if she just shut the fuck up, you know, like if she just stopped and focused. And I was like, yeah, sorry, I got kicked out of class a lot.
Yeah.
I was always outside.
Okay,
I was always kicked out of class. And I went to Jamhur, which is like a Jesuit.
In Haddad?
Okay. If you don't know it, for those listening, it's like a Catholic Jesuit high school. They're very strict. They pride themselves with how strict they are. You know, the worse they get, the more they're like, look at us, you know. And so my grandpa went there, my mom went there. So I'm a legacy.
You are a legacy.
So I showed up there, and they do this thing when you're in senior year over there to threaten, because everybody goes crazy senior year, obviously. We all get our college acceptances, and then we're like, they do this thing where they threaten us with the high school diploma. They're like, if you don't get the grades, or if you're we won't give you the diploma, which doesn't mean you still graduate. You still graduate, but you just don't get the paper. And when you don't get the paper, the only thing that means is that if you ever have kids and you want to put them in the school, they won't be prioritized, because there's a huge wait list for the school. But if you're an alumni, your kids get priority. But if you didn't get the diploma,
they don't. Did you get the diploma?
I didn't get the diploma.
Now what did you do?
That's what I said. I was scared of my mom, because my mom was like, do whatever you want, I don't care, but you get me the diploma. Because my mom, she loves that school too.
Is she over it now?
Well, I didn't tell her. I told her I got it. I went up, I came back. Well, I told her, she found out like a year ago. 10 years later.
Wow.
12 years later. I went back home, she was like, you got the diploma, right? I was like, yeah.
Oh, I'm terrified.
And then she's like, okay. And then I'm like, she's gonna ask to see it. Like, how do I do it? So I have a friend, I'm like, dude, I know you used to forge a lot of things. I need you to forge.
There you go. This is when you put this to use.
And then he was like, what? I'm like, it's just for my mom. It's not for anything else. And then he was like, okay. We go to this little library bookstore in like Beirut. And he's like, he took his diploma, scanned it, and started like editing the name to put my name. And then the guy who worked at the computer store was standing behind us. And he was looking, and he was like, listen, Anna mom. He didn't know what we were doing. He's like, what are these people? They're like forging like a court document. He didn't know. He was like, Anna ma khas ما تقولوا هون. And then I was like, لا 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 بس لأمي بس لأمي. So I printed it. I put it in our memory box. And I showed it to my mom. She was like, so happy. And
she's happy. You're happy.
Like 2 years ago, I was like, so I have a confession.
Oh no.
And then I told her, and she was like, I asked you for one thing. always, just one thing.
Look at that. So it's from childhood, guys. Innate.
Yeah, if you didn't have it as a kid, don't even try.
You can't even gain it.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode. We hope you liked it. We hope it set the tone for the rest of the season. If you have any questions or comments on Nataly's performance during this episode, please let us know. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Comments on my performance.